Language is a medium through which one can express one's ideas, thoughts, feelings. There are many languages in the world. There is no specific relationship between language and script. Any language can be written in any script. Language families: Indo-European, Hindi, Gujarati, English are Indo-European. Dravidian, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam are Dravidian languages. Tibeto-Burman, languages of Eastern India are Tibeto-Burman language. Austroasiatic, language in Jharkhand and Central Asia are Austroasiatic language. Andamanese, there are two forms of language: oral language and written language. What are the characteristics of language? Language is symbolic and dynamic. Language is a means of communication. Language is a medium of instruction. Language is arbitrary. Language is complex. Language acquisition. When language is learned naturally and without any systematic practice, it is called acquisition. It refers to the process of learning a native or second language because of the innate capacity of human brain. It also means that unconscious process that occurs when language is used in real conversation. Mother tongue is the acquired language. Language learning. So we have seen the language acquisition. Mother tongue is language acquisition. Then we will see what is language learning. When a language is learned in a systematic way, it is known as language learning. Learning language is all-inclusive process. Learning is a conscious process and it is most effective when it is done in meaningful situation or familiar environment. As per Skinner, language is learned by imitation and reinforcement. As per Skinner, language is learned by imitation and reinforcement. Grammar should be taught in a meaningful context. Next point, acquisition and learning. So what are the differences between acquisition and learning? Similar to child first language acquisition is acquisition. That is home language and mother tongue. Picking up language is acquisition. Subconsciousness is occur in acquisition. Implicit knowledge is occur in acquisition. Formal teaching does not help. That is, acquisition is a informal process. Then about learning. Formal knowledge of language is learning. What is learning? Learning is a formal knowledge of language. Then next, language learning. Language learning is knowing about a language. Language learning is knowing about a language. Conscious. Language learning is conscious. Language learning is explicit knowledge. Language learning is explicit knowledge. Language learning is formal teaching help. Language learning is formal teaching help. So these are the differences between acquisition and learning. National Curriculum Framework 2005. According to the observation, English is a second language. According to the observation and NCF 2005, English is second language. In multilingual country like India, English is a global language. Multilingualism is a resource. So, multilingualism is a resource according to NCF 2005. English is a global language. In a multi-language country like India, English is a global language. It is a second language, and multilingualism is a resource. As per Indian Constitution, as per OLA means Official Language Act 1963. Official Language Act 1963. English is Associate Official Language OLA in Article 343 of 2. So English is Associate Official Language. English is Associate Official Language as per Article 343 bracket 2. As per OLA, English is AOL. As per OLA, English is AOL. What is AOL? AOL is Associate Official Language. Official language is Hindi. Our official language as per institution constitution is Hindi as per Article 343(1). As per Article 343 in bracket 1, official language is Hindi and English is associate official language as per OLA. Noam Chomsky. The idea that children are born with an innate ability to acquire language is by Noam Chomsky. The idea that children are born with innate ability to acquire language is said by Noam Chomsky. The idea that children are born with innate ability to acquire language is given by Noam Chomsky. Language acquisition device is given by Chomsky. Language acquisition device is given by Noam Chomsky. It is shortly called as LAD, that is language acquisition device. LAD is most effective or critical till the age of 5 years. LAD is most effective or critical till the age of 5 years. Language skills. There are 4 types of language skills: LSRW, LSRW, LSRW. L for receptive, L for listening and reading are receptive or passive skills. Listening and reading are passive skills, or it is also called as receptive skills. Speaking and writing are productive skills. Speaking and writing are productive or active or expressive skills. Speaking, writing are productive, active, expressive skills. Listening and reading are receptive or passive skills. And the sequence of language skill are LSRW. Primary skills. So primary skills are LS, that is listening and speaking. Primary skills are L and S, and secondary RW, reading and writing. Reinforcement skills. Reinforcement skills are speaking and writing. So reinforcement skills are also productive, active or expressive skill. Productive, active or expressive skills are speaking and writing. These are also called as reinforcement skills. Reinforcement skills are speaking and writing. Speaking and writing are reinforcement skills. Psychological sequence of language skill, LSRW. So the sequence remains the same: listening, speaking, reading, writing. Sub skills of writing are transcribing and paraphrasing. transcribing, and paraphrasing. These are the sub-skills of writing. Transcribing and paraphrasing. These are sub-skills of writing. Sub-skills of reading are prediction and inferring. Sub-skills of reading are prediction and reading. Sub-skills of writing are transcribing and paraphrasing. Sub-skills of writing are transcribing and paraphrasing. Sub-skills of reading are predicting and inferring. Sub-skill of reading are predicting and inferring. Reading include loud reading and silent reading. Reading include loud and silent reading. So what is loud reading? Loud reading helps to improve pronunciation. Loud reading is helpful in short text reading. And what is silent reading? Silent reading improves speed and concentration. Silent reading is helpful in long text reading. Loud reading improves pronunciation. Loud reading is helpful in short text reading. And silent reading improves speed and concentration. Silent reading is helpful in long text reading. Dictation improves spelling errors. Dictation improves spelling errors. Dictation improves spelling errors. Overgeneralization. What is meant by overgeneralization? Applying a rule or a pattern in a situation where it does not apply. Overgeneralization. Applying a rule or pattern in a situation where it does not apply is called overgeneralization. For example, go changed to good. Go changed to good. In making the past tense go, it changed to good. That is overgeneralization. Apply a rule or a pattern in a situation where it does not apply is overgeneralization. Intensive reading. Intensive reading. The purpose of intensive reading is for specific details. Intensive reading is for specific detail. It is possible in the classroom. Classroom reading is intensive reading because the purpose is for specific details. What is extensive reading? Which involves learners reading for enjoyment. Extensive reading is for enjoyment and it is outside the classroom in most of the cases. In most of the cases it is outside the class, outside the classes. Sight words. So what are sight words? Sight words are the words that appear most frequently in our reading and writing. For example, look, long, listen, but, write, etc. These are the sight words. They appear most frequently in our reading and writing. Sight words are those words which occur more frequently in our reading and also in writing. So what is scanning? A textbook or to look or read every part of something quickly until you find that you are looking for. Scanning is reading rapidly in order to find specific details. Finding a word in a dictionary is scanning. Scanning is for specific information, for specific details, and skimming is in order to get general overview of the material. Summarize something is skimming. Summarize something is skimming. What are lexical words? Lexical words are also known as content words. They have their own independent meaning. For example, water, kid, school, etc. These are lexical words. They have their own independent meaning. Water, kid, school. Constitutive pair or minimal pair. What is constitutive pair or minimal pair? Constitutive pair of words is the pair of words that are same except for constraining letters. For example, take versus tape, take versus tape, team versus deem, team versus deem. Constitutive words are the pair of words that are same except for constraining letters, except for constraining letters. Take and take, these are constitutive pair. Team versus deem. Note, constitutive or minimal pair is used for teaching learning of pronunciation. Note, constitutive or minimal pair is used for teaching learning of pronunciation. Take and tape, team and deem is constitutive pair. Example, intonation. Variation in the tone or pitch is intonation. Variation in tone is intonation. Variation in tone or pitch, that is rise and fall in voice. Rise and fall in voice is intonation. Change in tone and pitch is intonation. Rise and fall in voice is intonation. Sound in English language. Sounds. Phoneme. Sounds are also called as phonemes. Total sounds in English language are 43, 20 vowel sounds and 24 consonant sounds, produced from letters 26 from A to Z. Number of vowel sounds are 20. Number of vowels are 5, but vowel sounds are 20. And number of consonant sounds are 24. So, there are 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. So, total sounds are 44. English alphabets are 26. So, one more time, revise. Total sounds 44, 20 vowel sounds, 24 consonant sounds, total sounds 44. Diphthongs. What is a diphthong? A sound formed by a combination of two vowels in a single syllable, in which the sound begins as one vowel and moves towards the another. Diphthong. Di means two. Two sounds means two vowel. Combining two vowels is diphthongs. For example, in coin, in loud, die, receive, these are diphthongs. Coin, coin, loud, die, receive, these are diphthong. A sound formed by a combination of two vowels in a single syllable. Two vowels in a single syllable is diphthong. Two vowels in a single sound. Two vowels in a single sound, these are diphthongs. These are diphthongs. For example, coin, loud, die, receive. Articulators. Any vocal organ that takes place in the production of speech or sound. Any vocal organ that takes part in pronunciation of speech sound. These are articulators. Any vocal organ that takes part in production of sound is articulator. Syntax. What is syntax? Study of rules and structures is syntax. Study of structures and rules is syntax. For example, subject plus verb plus object is syntax. Subject plus verb plus object means format is the syntax. Subject plus verb plus object is syntax. Study of rules, study of structure is syntax. Study of rules, study of structure. For example, subject plus verb plus object is syntax. And what is semantics? Study of meaning. Study of meaning is semantics. Study of sense is semantics. Study of meaning is semantics. Study of sense is semantics. Madam drives a bicycle. That is semantical error. Madam drives a bicycle. That is a semantical error. Phoneme, smallest unit of sound. Ch, p, th. This phoneme, smallest unit of sound is phoneme. Ch, ph, p, th, is phoneme. Morpheme, smallest unit of meaning is morpheme. Smallest unit of meaning is morpheme. For example, water and sun. Small syntax. Syntax is the format. Semantics is meaning or sense. Semantics is meaning or sense. For example, Madam drives a car. In this, there is a semantical error, that is drive. Phoneme, smallest unit of sound is phoneme. Ch, p, th. These are phonemes, and phonemes, after phonemes there are morphemes. Means these are the words. Smallest unit of meaning. For example, water and sun. Syntax, semantics, phoneme and morpheme. We have studied syntax, semantics, phoneme and morpheme. Homograph. Homograph is a word that shares same written form as another word but has different meaning. Homograph. The word that shares the same written form as another word but different meaning. Means in homograph spelling are same. In homograph spelling are same. Pronunciation or sound can be same or different. In homograph, pronunciation or sound can be same or different. For example, lead, L-E-A-D, L-E-A-D. In homograph, words that shares the same written form but different meaning. For example, lead. Lead is a homograph. Lead is a homograph. Homophone. What is homophone? Homo means same, phone means sound. Homophone is a word that is pronounced thus in the same way, in same sound with another but has different spelling and meaning. Two and two. In homophone is a word that produced as the same as another word but has different spelling or meaning. For example, TWO2 and TWO2. The sound is same, two, but the spellings are different, TWO and TWO. But in homograph, sound is same. Sound can be same or different, but in homograph spelling are same. In homograph spelling are same and in homophone sound are same. Homograph example, lead, L-E-A-D, L-E-A-D. And in homophone sounds are same. They have different spelling and meaning also different and spelling also different, but sound is same. TWO, homophone, two. Homonym. Homonym is a word that is spelled sorry. Homonym is a word that is spelled and pronounced like another word but has different meaning. For example, suit, S-U-I-T. Homophone is a word that is spelled and pronounced like another word but has different meaning. Homonym is the word that is spelled and pronounced like another word but has different meaning. Here the spelling and sound is same but meaning is different. For example, suit. It's homonym. Spelling and spelling and pronunciation uh, are sorry homonym is a word that is spelled and pronounced like another word. Spelling and pronunciation are same but meanings are different. Homonym meaning are different. Meaning are different. Homonym meaning. For example, suit. Homonym meaning are different. Paraphrasing means formulating someone else's idea in your own words. What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing means formulating someone else's idea in your own words. Paraphrasing means someone else's idea in your own words. Paraphrasing. Note taking. In a practice of recording information from different sources and platform, taking note during the lecture or class. Note taking notes during lecture or class, taking from different sources and platforms. Tips for note taking: writing only important points or clues. Writing only important points or clues for note taking. Use phrase, word, abbreviation forms like SPCF by Piaget. For example, SPCF by Piaget is a short form of Piaget's theory. Follow a pattern or grammatic form or flowchart can be used for note taking. Note making. What is note making? Note making is not just about writing down everything you hear or read. It is a process of reviewing, connecting, and synthesizing ideas from your lectures or reading. Means it is note making. Grammar translation method. In grammar translation classes, students learn grammatical rules and then apply these rules by translating sentences between target language and native language, that is mother tongue. Grammar translation method is one of the oldest method, also known as traditional method. Grammar translation method is also known as traditional method. Here there is a use of mother tongue, use of deductive method in grammar translation method. And what is direct method? Direct method where direct method of teaching, which is sometimes called as natural method. Direct method is called as natural method. Direct method is called as natural method and it is often used in teaching foreign languages. Refrains from using learners native language and use only target language. In direct method, no native language is allowed, only your user can use the target language. It is a direct method is inductive method. Direct method is inductive method and mother tongue is not allowed. Mother tongue is not allowed in direct method. It is inductive method. But grammar translation method is deductive method. Mother tongue is allowed. Grammar translation method, mother tongue allowed and it is deductive method. Direct method is inductive method and mother tongue is not allowed. Mother tongue is note. Mother tongue is home language, native language and first language. And target language is school language and second language. Language across curriculum, LAC. What is LAC? Language across the curriculum. Use of language in the context of other subjects also, such as using English in the study of history and other subject. English in the study of history and other subject is language across curriculum. Use of language in another subject learning is language across curriculum. So, what is multilingualism? Many languages, diversity, resource, assets is multilingualism. Many languages use is multilingualism. Multilingualism include many languages, it include diversity. Multilingualism is used as a resource, multilingualism is an asset. So there are 4 points: many language, diversity, resource and asset. BICS. What is BICS? Basic interpersonal communication skills. That is BICS. Basic interpersonal communication skills. Basic interpersonal communication skills are BICS. Refer to linguistic skills needed in everyday social face-to-face interaction. Basic skill for communication is BICS. Basic skill for communication is basic. It is basic interpersonal communication skill. And CALP. What is CALP? Cognitive academic language proficiency. Cognitive academic language proficiency. Cognitive academic language proficiency. It refers to linguistic skills to understand and discuss the context. Cognitive academic language proficiency. It refers to it is the language skills to understand and discuss the content. To understand and discuss the content. Cognitive academic language proficiency is needed to understand and discuss the content. Understand and discuss the content. For that, cognitive academic language proficiency CALP, cognitive academic language proficiency is needed. Stephen Krashen. Stephen Krashen. Who is Stephen Krashen? Stephen Krashen believes that we can acquire second language just like our mother tongue or first language. Stephen Cracker believes that we can acquire a second language just like our mother tongue or first language. So, according to Stephen Krashen, second language can also be acquired by Stephen Krashen. According to Stephen Krashen, second language can also be acquired. Stephen Krashen proposed a 5-man hypothesis for second language acquisition as given below. Acquisition, learning hypothesis. Learning language acquisition given by Stephen Krashen. Acquisition learning hypothesis, monitor hypothesis, natural order hypothesis, input hypothesis, effective filter hypothesis. These are the language acquisition given by Stephen Krashen. Acquisition learning hypothesis. Acquisition learning hypothesis, monitor hypothesis, natural order hypothesis, input hypothesis, effective filter hypothesis. So these are 5 hypotheses given by Stephen Krashen. First is acquisition learning hypothesis, monitor hypothesis, natural order hypothesis, input hypothesis, effective filter hypothesis. Acquisition, monitor, natural order, input, effective. Acquisition, monitor, natural, input, effective. These are 5 acquisition 5 hypotheses by Stephen Krashen. Acquisition learning hypothesis. First one, acquisition is subconscious process. Learning formal instructions. comes under acquisition learning hypothesis. Second is monitor hypothesis. Acquisition, utterance, learning, monitor, editor, that is monitor hypothesis. Overusers, after using many times, fluency. Underusers, accurate sufferers, and optimal users, balanced. In monitor uses, in monitor hypothesis, there are three types: overusers, underusers, and optimal users. Optimal users are balanced, underusers are accuracy sufferers, and overusers are fluency sufferers. Optimal are balanced, under are accuracy sufferers, and overusers are fluency sufferers. Third one is natural order hypothesis. Acquisition or acquisition of grammatical structure follows a natural order which is predictable. Natural order hypothesis. Acquisition of grammatical structure follows a natural order which is predictable. Grammar structure can be natural. It comes in natural order. Input hypothesis. Only acquisition, comprehension, input. I plus 1, that is input hypothesis. Give input which are just beyond the current level of a learner, that is input hypothesis. Input hypothesis is give input which are just beyond the current level of learner, that is plus 1, input hypothesis. And fifth one is affective filter hypothesis. If affective filter hypothesis, facilitate but not casual rule. Facilitative Affective filter hypothesis is facilitative but not casual rule. Motivation, self-confidence, and anxiety. Affective filter hypothesis, facilitative but not casual rule. Motivation, self-confidence, and anxiety. That is affective filter hypothesis. Facilitative, not casual rule. Motivation, self-confidence, and anxiety are affective filter hypotheses. These are the 5 hypotheses given by Stephen Krashen: acquisition learning hypothesis, monitor hypothesis, natural order hypothesis, input hypothesis, affective filter hypothesis. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Assessment can be the continuous basis throughout the year and should holistically assess the child. Continuous means throughout the year. Comprehensive in all the aspects in holistic manner. Comprehensive includes scholastic and co-scholastic. Comprehensive. Scholastic includes curricular area, and co-scholastic uses extra or co-curricular area. It should include cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain. CAP, cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain. It should include CAP. So comprehensive include CAP. Comprehensive evaluation include cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain. That is, continuous comprehensive evaluation should include affective, cognitive, and psychomotor domain. Assessment. Assessment. What is assessment? Assessment, we see how a child learns and gives him the appropriate feedback. We see how child learns and give him appropriate feedback. So assessment is giving feedback. And measurement. What is measurement? It measures the outcome in numbers and percentage. It measures the outcome in assessment and percentage. It measures the outcome in numbers and percentage. What is measurement? It measures the outcome in numbers and percentage. And what is in evaluation? It includes both. What is? It is assessment and measurement. Evaluation include assessment and measurement. Evaluation include assessment and measurement. Achievement test. Through the achievement test, we can measure skills and knowledge learned in a grade against the set objective. In achievement test, we measure skills and knowledge learned in a grade against set objective. Achievement test include aptitude test, diagnostic test, and remedial teaching. Like achievement test, there are different tests like aptitude test, diagnostic test, remedial is not test, it is remedial teaching after diagnostic test. So first one is achievement test. Through an achievement test, we can measure skills and knowledge learned in a grade against the set objective. Through achievement test, we measure skills and knowledge learned in a grade against the set objective. Achievement test, we measure skills and knowledge. We measure skills and knowledge in achievement test. Aptitude test, the test which is used to determine individual skills to succeed in a given field. For example, teaching aptitude. Aptitude tests are of different types. It is also called as uh, one of the example of aptitude test is teaching aptitude, a test which is used to determine individual skills to succeed in a field, succeed in a given field. It is used to test. It is used to determine an individual skills to succeed in given field. It is used to determine individual skills to succeed in a given field is aptitude test. Diagnostic test is the test to know the gaps in the process of teaching learning. Diagnostic test is used to check the gaps between the process of teaching and learning. Diagnostic test is used to know the gaps in the process of teaching and learning. Remedial teaching. Remedial teaching is removing the gaps. Diagnostic test is knowing the gaps, and remedial teaching is for reteaching and removing the gaps in teaching learning process. Diagnostic test is for testing the gaps. Remedial teaching is for reteaching and removing the gaps in teaching learning process. No, remedial teaching is done after diagnostic test or process. Teaching learning materials. Visual aids. So there are different types of teaching learning materials. Visual aids, which includes charts and textbook. Audio aids, which include radio. Audio visual aids, example television. Activity centered aids includes field trips. Note, teaching learning materials are used to make teaching learning an interesting, natural, and effective process. It increases the active participation of learners. A textbook. Textbook is one of the resources available in the classroom, not the only resource. Textbook is one of the resources available in the classroom. It is not the only resource. For second point, language should be easy to understand. In textbook, language should be easy to understand. Textbook should avoid technical language. Textbook should avoid technical language. Three language formula. Three language formula was first discussed in the Kothari Commission. Kothari Commission was between 1964 to 1966. 1964 to 66, 1964 to 66. Three language formula. First language, it will be the mother tongue. or regional language. According to three language formula, first language will be the mother tongue or regional language. Second language, in Hindi speaking states, it will be other modern Indian language or English. In non-Hindi speaking state, it will be Hindi or English. And third language, in Hindi speaking states, it will be English or modern Indian language.